Hello, everybody. It's Kink Radio, and welcome back to Dream Daddy. I just realized a lot of the times listening back to some of my stuff, I inadvertently channel Markiplier when I do my intro. Like, hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep doing that because I like to say hello to everybody. So, hello, friends. Maybe I should say hello, friends. Anyway, we are back playing Dream Daddy, and we just finished our first date with Robert, and then there was like a little interlude with Ernest, who is Hugo's son. But we are going to get back into it. We're going to go on our second date with Robert. I have a little heart there, and we're going to massage him. If you're parking uphill, make sure to turn your tires towards the street. That actually is genuinely good advice. And I hate people who have very, very loud cars. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with Robert last night. I had a lot of fun with Robert the last time we hung out, but I'm beginning to wonder if he's dodging me. I've tried messaging him a few times, and Dad Book says he hasn't even read them. Hasn't even seen him come out of his house, actually. Hi, honey. Hi, Mr. Jones. You gotta play with your toy by yourself for a bit, okay? Daddy's busy. That doesn't mean you can conk them on the table that I'm recording on currently, honey. Here, leave that alone. Leave that alone, baby. I know you want me to play tug of war with you, but not right now. Not right now, honey. Hi. Hi. Hi, baby. Sorry. Dog is more important, apparently. Honey, can you sit there for a bit and be good? Thank you. Anyway, I haven't even seen him come out of his house, actually. I decided to send him one last message, figuring that this will produce the same result. Hey man, don't know where you've been, but we should grab a drink soon. I walk away from my computer because at this point I know he's not messaging me back anytime soon. I linger in the kitchen. I'm all caught up on work. The house is relatively clean. Maybe I should do something nice for Amanda. I'll bake her favorite pie. I root through the pantry and pull out all the ingredients. This is an old family recipe that I used to make with my grandmother when I was a kid. I lost the actual recipe card a long time ago, but I think I'll be able to remember how to bake it. I start mixing the ingredients together for the crust until I get a nice dough. I throw some cherries into a saucepan to make the filling. Normally I don't like to multitask in the kitchen, but this cherry pie is a piece of cake. Pie? It's a piece of pie. I'm making pie. Oh man, I can never remember what temperature you're supposed to set the oven at. I'm pretty sure it's 375, and I could be wrong. Who am I kidding? I'm never wrong when it comes to this pie. My special twist on Grandma's recipe includes a secret ingredient that not even Amanda knows about. It really makes the cherries extra flavorful. God, why can't I remember what the secret ingredient is? Salt, almond extract. Oh, it's almond extract, duh. Oops, I accidentally poured a little too much in. Way too much in. I'm sure it's fine. Baking is an art, and some of the most beautiful art is made from mistakes. I finally get the pie into the oven. How long am I supposed to leave it in there? 50 minutes? I'll just wing it. Amanda's going to be so excited. This kid loves a good pie. I have a seat at the kitchen table and do word jumbles until Amanda comes home. I can hear the door slam open. Yo, Pops, it smells like pie in here. It's pie, sweetie. Amanda darts over to the oven and looks inside. Yes! Hey, it's not done. Be patient. What's your angle here? What? Pies are an objective-based confection. What are you trying to get out of me? Fine, you caught me. I've been leading a double life. Amanda, I have terrible news for you. I'm actually a pro skateboarder, an aspiring astronaut, and bank robber. The lifestyle has called me back, and I must go. One last job. You know how it is. This pie was the only way I knew how to tell you. Well, I appreciate the years we spent together, but a trade-up is a trade-up. Remember me when you're kicking your feet up in Ibiza. Thank you for all the pie. We share a cordial handshake. I wait a few more minutes before taking the pie out of the oven. I set it on a rack to cool and guard it so Amanda doesn't dig into it before it's ready. Huh. What? Does it look kinda weird to you? Oh, that's just me taking artistic license on what cherry pie means to me emotionally. I'm just saying this because, it seems like you might have baked this pie incorrectly, and you're currently, right now, trying to pass it off as a good thing. It's art, sweetie. Was it art when you accidentally baked a whole uncracked egg into the center of my 12th birthday cake? Well, Was it art when you tried to make brownies and accidentally created chlorine gas? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Was it art when you just eat that pie, Panda? I cut us a few slices as we sit down to eat. The cherry filling oozes out of the sides and the buttery crust glistens. I watch as Amanda takes a bite. Ugh. What's wrong? Is it not good? Amanda winces and fans her mouth. No, I just...
burned the heck out of the roof of my mouth. The pie is amazing. Sorry for doubting you.
I breathe a sigh of relief and take a bite. She's right. The pie is pretty incredible, as it always is.
I'm really proud of you for making pie without burning the new house down.
I got a few dad tricks up my dad's sleeve. Maybe fathers aren't as bumbling and as stupid as the media makes us out to be. Maybe we as a society should have a little more respect for fathers as a whole.
Dad, your sleeve is on fire.
I run to the sink and put myself out. Pride will be my undoing. Amanda and I clean up the kitchen and play a little more living room hoops before she retreats to her room to do homework. I go back to my word jumbles. Hey, this one spells cat. The rest of the evening trickles by. We eat dinner, I help Amanda with one of her scholarship applications, and we both start getting ready for bed. I decide to check Dad book one last time before I climb into bed. Still nothing from Robert. I hope he's okay. I turn out the lights and lie down. Hey. Kay. Hey. Hey, Kay. Hey, I'm outside. Come outside. Ugh, what is that? I was on the verge of falling asleep. I climb out of bed and try to identify the source of the dinging. My computer screen illuminates the dark room. Sorry. Dog. I walk over to it, ready to turn it off, when I notice what's happening on screen. Don't make me honk. I will honk. Get out here. I look out my window and, sure enough, there's Robert leaning against the pickup truck in my driveway. I open my door and try to figure out what's going on. Hey. Hey? Want to hang? Sorry. I was kind of sleeping. That's no fun. Coming out. I would argue that sleeping is very fun, but I don't have to be anywhere in the morning. Might as well live a little. Sure. Cool. You plan on going out like that? I look down and realize that I am, in fact, not wearing pants. I mean, I don't mind. Right. 1 second. I run inside and throw on my going out pants, shoes and jacket. I grab my keys and meet Robert back outside. Ready? Ready. Hop in. I jump into the passenger seat of his old red pickup truck. I have to move a few empty cigarette packets and gas station receipts out of the way before I can sit. Robert silently starts the car and we drive out to the cul-de-sac. Hey. You like Tom Waits? What's that rag, baby? Eggplants. Before I can answer, Robert turns up the radio. Yep, that's Tom Waits, all right. He lights a cigarette and cracks the windows. We drive together in silence. So, where are we going? Robert doesn't respond. Robert? Oh, I heard you. He still doesn't answer my question. I look out the window and notice that Robert's taking us into the highway. I twiddle my thumbs. Well, whatever I've gotten myself into, looks like I'm in it for the night. I settle into my seat and watch the streetlights pass by. I glance over to Robert, who's driving intently. He looks tired, as he always does, but there's something a bit more there that I just can't place. Just say nothing, because he likes silence. Say nothing. I remember what Robert said about hating small talk and decide to keep my mouth shut. He notices me staring. Stop looking so nervous. I'm not nervous. I'm a little nervous. Just hang on, we're almost there. Almost where? I have no idea where we are. I think we're moving a slight incline, but I'm not so sure. We eventually come to a stop. Robert gets out of the car and I sit for a second, unsure if he wants me to get out too. What are you waiting for? I hastily exit the car. Robert sits in the bed of his truck and passes the space next to him. I sit down and take in the view. We're on a hill overlooking the city skyline against the bay. The cool night air rustles some trees near us and the lights blink in the distance. Off to the side I see an entrance to a dense forest. Man, it's all so gorgeous. This is where I come to masturbate. What? I'm kidding. What's wrong with you? This is my little spot where I come to think. It's nice. You can see the whole city from up here. Really gives you some perspective. Robert reaches behind him and pulls something out from under his jacket. It glints in the moonlight, and I suddenly realize what it is. Oh shit, that's a knife! Oh, please don't stab me! Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small piece of wood. Please don't stab me with that either. Robert takes the knife to the piece of wood and starts carving at it. Oh. I breathe a very audible sigh of relief as Robert looks at me sideways.
Did you think I was going to stab you just now?
What? No.
Hate to break it to you, but I did, in fact, bring you out here to harvest your organs.
Play along. Yeah, well, you think you caught me in your trap, but I knew. For years I've been putting the most vile junk food in my body in preparation for this day. Come at me, friend. I'll reap what you will. 2 steps ahead of you at all times. That's how I operate.
Nothing gets past you, huh?
Robert reaches into his pocket and pulls out a folding knife that he opens and hands to me.
I'm gonna warn you. The last guy I had a knife fight with lost 3 fingers because he didn't know the 8 basic rules of knife fighting. You're familiar, correct?
I honestly can't tell when you're kidding.
I'm so many levels of irony deep that I've forgotten what humor is.
He and I laugh.
Have you ever whittled before?
Considering I'm not a grandpa, no.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just thought that you would have a block of wood shipped to you along with your first social security check.
Okay. I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both. Okay. I'll have you know that whittling is a time-honored tradition enjoyed by both young and old alike. That you're dismissing it before you even tried it speaks volumes about your character. However, because I've gotten to know you for some time and have come to think of us as friends, I'm willing to attribute it to ignorance instead of malice. What I'm trying to say is, go get that stick. Robert motions to a good-looking stick on the ground. Perfect potential for whittling. I pick it up. The most important thing to remember while whittling is to cut with the grain, not against it. If you cut against the grain, the wood's gonna splinter.
Is that the most important thing, safety?
No. Getting hurt comes with the territory. Look at my damn hands.
I look at his damn hands. They're calloused and covered with little white scars. They are very nice hands.
You can't make a stick omelet without breaking a few hand eggs.
Shave with the grain.
Knife that wood.
Deh. Sharp stick. It's just a sharp stick. Sharp stick.
Careful, don't poke yourself out with that.
You made a sharp stick.
Tell me about this one.
Tongue depressor. You need the flatworm.
Gross.
You made a flatworm.
What's the story here?
Something to make me look tougher.
It's working. I think you could take me in a fight. Probably.
You made a tough guy accessory.
What's this?
Chicken nugget.
Please don't eat that.
You made Robert uncomfortable. Come on, cut it. Cut the thing. Cut the thing. There we go.
Nice form. What's it supposed to be?
It's you.
You really captured my likeness. I'm impressed.
You made Robert, I guess. Come on, carve. There we go.
Interesting. What do we have here?
Chopstick ambidextrous.
It's a stick.
Chopstick ambidextrous. Big old piece of wood.
If you keep this up, you'll be a whittling pro in no time.
New friend.
He's beautiful. I'm happy for you.
You made a new friend. Brrr. Oh, I see a horse. He's a horsey. Carve. There we go.
Beautiful handiwork. What do you call it?
A big old dog. Spirit of a Mustang. Sir Horsington the Brave.
Brave and noble name for a brave and noble creature.
You made a beautiful gift for Amanda. Absolutely. I'll make a gift for my daughter. Yay, drink plenty of water. Robert and I sit in silence for a while, carving our pieces of wood. I think I'm getting the hang of this. It's actually kind of relaxing. I glance over to see what Robert's working on. He's carving a smaller wooden knife. Ah! While I'm distracted, a knife slices into my thumb. Blood gushes all over my little wood carving. Robert is lost in carving and doesn't notice me bleeding everywhere. Robert still doesn't notice. Robert, I'm dying. I'm bleeding to death. Robert finally looks over. He reaches over his jacket again. Jesus, how much stuff does this guy keep in there? And pulls out a red bandana. He wraps it around my thumb.
Hold tight.
He hops off the truck and I can hear him rummaging around in his car. He comes back a moment later with a well-stocked first aid kit. Robert carefully wipes all the blood off my hand and swipes a bit of antiseptic on the cut, which, with surprising gentleness, he places a bit of gauze around the wound and wraps it all up.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. He hands me what's left of the tube of antiseptic.
Make sure to keep that cut clean.
It's oddly touching and a little sexy? I guess I'm a real whittler now.
That you are. Be careful, though. They're attracted to the smell of blood.
Wait, what? What's attracted to the smell of blood?
Cryptids. Tons of them out here, you know.
Cryptids? Like Mothman and stuff?
Mothman is bullshit, but yeah. This town's a hotbed for cryptozoological occurrences.
You're joking.
Oh, how I wish I were. I'm a skeptic myself, or at least I thought I was. There are things in these woods that I can't possibly comprehend.
I think about my entire time in the city. Aside from the occasional stray coyote, I don't think it's too bad.
You ever heard of the Dover Ghost?
I don't think so.
Well, let me tell you a story. I was out in the woods here on a weekend camping trip with Betsy. You don't know Betsy, but she's a big pup. Pitbull. Real intimidating. I feel safe around her. First night goes without incidents. I get some solitude. Betsy gets to be wherever she wants, all good stuff. Second day, I get the idea into my head that I can hike deeper into the woods. Probably against my better judgment, but hey, we're having a fun camping trip, right? So me and Betsy start marching in the morning. It gets a little late, and we set up camp. But it's different this night. Real quiet. I can't hear the birds, the crickets, squirrels, nothing. Dead silent. Then it happens. I hear the most unholy growl I've ever heard in my life, right outside my tent. Me and Betsy, we go to investigate. We look around the clearing, nobody's there. But there's this feeling. Not sure if I can quite describe it. I know someone, something, is watching us. Betsy, though, she's scared. Never seen her like that. And when she's scared, I know that I should be too. And then I see it. In the distance. A man, but if something that didn't know what a man was supposed to look like made it. It just looked wrong. Big. Arms too long for its body. Black eyes. It just stood there and stared at me. Then it disappears. I hear one yelp from Betsy and I turn around to check on her, but she's gone. Into thin air. I didn't sleep at all in my tent that night, and I don't think I've slept right since.
You're lying. Okay, you're full of shit.
You think I'm lying?
Robert pulls out his wallet and shows me a picture of a beautiful pit bull.
Tell that to Betsy. They say that if you listen closely on quiet nights just like tonight, you can hear the howl of the Dover Ghost.
A howl resonates through the woods. It doesn't sound like a regular howl, it's so guttural. Even from far away, something about it makes my skin crawl. Okay, Robert, real funny. I turn to look at Robert. He's white as a sheet. You're messing with me, right?
I was messing with you, up until literally just now. I totally made that camping story up.
I strain my eyes to scan the forest line, trying to see where the howl originated from. Off in the distance, I see something. It's so far away, I barely can make out a shape. It looks human, but it's dragging something. Do you see that?
We should go.
Robert and I slowly back away to get into the truck. He turns off his headlights and we make a slow crawl away back onto the road. I'm too scared to look back. What was that?
The Dover Ghost, I guess.
I chuckle nervously. This time he doesn't seem to like he's messing with me. Or maybe someone illegally dumping garbage on a wildlife preserve?
Yeah, that's the story we'll tell ourselves.
We sit in silence for a little longer, the fear of whatever that was slowly subsiding as we get closer into the city.
Thanks for coming out. This was fun. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. I've just been in a way lately. I had to get out of the house. Had to be around somebody.
You doing okay, man? Robert thinks for a second and lights another cigarette.
Been doing a lot of thinking.
He takes a long drag.
As I get older, I feel more and more that I'm just drowning in this sea of regret. I was so busy chasing after these things that I thought would make me happy that I didn't think about anyone else. All I cared about was myself. I didn't even think...
Robert stops. I wait for him to finish his thought, but he just stares at the road.
Maybe I'm just built like this. Or maybe I do it to myself. Maybe it's my own choice that I'm as unhappy as I am.
I try to think of something to say. I remember all the times in my life when I've been sad, and there's a great many of them, but there was always a light at the end of the tunnel. Something I held on to that kept me going. But there's something so resigned about the way Robert's talking. I'm glad you told me. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell something. It must have taken a lot for you to want to tell somebody this. You're a mysterious guy, Robert. You don't have to be.
Do you ever wish you were a better father?
I think about it for a second. All the time. You can read all the parenting books you want, but nothing will ever prepare you for raising a child. There's so much stuff I regret or I wish that I had done better, but I don't have the answers. I don't know if anyone does.
It's funny. I look at you and your relationship with your daughter and it seems perfect.
It isn't.
At least you're there for her.
I stare out of the window with a blur of passing trees. I just hope I'm a better father to my kid than my dad was to me.
What did your dad do?
It's more about what he didn't do. He was quiet, stoic. Don't think he ever once told me that he loved me. He cared more about his work than he ever did about me or my mom.
Do you hate him?
No. I used to, but after I became a parent, I just kind of feel bad for him. He missed out on my whole childhood. When I think about all the happiest moments in my life, they're all with Amanda and Alex, and he just wasn't there. It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian... It hurt like hell when I had to leave him to die in that Belarusian prison.
What?
I turn and smile at him. No, he's retired in Florida with my mom. We go there every Christmas. We both break out into laughter. He pats me on the shoulder. We drive the rest of the way in silence, listening to the radio and watching the bright lights of the city grow bigger. Robert drops me off at my place. As I'm about to close the passenger door, I realize that I still have Robert's pocket knife in my jacket. I pull it out and offer it back to him.
You hold on to that. Never know when you might need it.
Good night, Robert. Have a safe drive home. Robert smirks, then pulls away. He then immediately pulls into his driveway, which is one over from mine. He gets out and waves. I tiptoe into the house, careful not to wake Amanda up.
Whoa, where'd you come from?
I look around and spot Amanda coming out of the kitchen with a glass of water.
I thought you were sleeping.
Oh, Robert woke me up to go cryptid hunting.
You know the Mothman is bullshit, right?
Amanda, Lang... You know what? It's fine. I think about the conversation I had with Robert in the car as Amanda starts walking towards her room. Hey, Amanda. She stops. I love you.
It's weird when you say it outright and sincerely like that, but I love you too. Night.
I chuckle to myself, then finally decide to go to bed. They really stepped up the production value in episode 5. Of what? Date complete. Oh god, I hope I got it all right. Dad points. Daddy points. I know I say that every time. 9876543. Yes. You can hear Dan laughing at the end of that line.
I may be bad, but you make me glad.
Click to continue. If you're parking uphill, be sure to turn your tires towards the street again. Well, it's been a long day. I'm just about ready to pack it in. After a few bites of ice cream from the freezer, I turn off all the lights and walk down the hall to my room. I wonder if Amanda's still awake. That kid needs some sleep. As I pass her room, I can hear a faint sound, but I can't quite make out what it is. I get a little closer. Is she crying? Excuse me. I knock gently at the door. Hey, Amanda. The crying immediately stops. Not right now. Her voice sounds so strained. She sniffles. I need to make sure she's okay. I open the door. In the dark, I can see Amanda's outline in the middle of her bed, knees hugged up against her body. Is everything okay? I don't want to talk about it. Did something happen? Well, I want to have a good relationship with Amanda, so I'm looking up how to make sure that she doesn't hate me. I don't want my daughter to hate me. I want Amanda's good ending. I want Amanda's good ending. Oh well, I'm gonna say, did something happen? Did something happen? No, nothing happened. Go away. Something must have happened. Amanda, get out! Okay. I quickly leave her room and shut the door behind me. Once the door closes, I can hear her crying again. Wow. What has her so upset? She seemed fine earlier. She's usually so open with me. Did I do something wrong? Is she mad at me? I guess if she wasn't before, she definitely is now. I can't even remember the last time she snapped at me like that. I have a hard time falling asleep when I finally do. I'm still thinking about Amanda. After a long night of very little sleep, I roll out of bed and make myself a pot of coffee. Amanda should be up for school soon. Maybe she'll be willing to talk about what's bothering her. About 10 minutes before she's supposed to leave, Amanda comes out of her room and makes a beeline for the freezer. Morning, Amanda.
Morning.
She drops a frozen waffle into the toaster and slams the freezer door. She won't look at me. Yikes. So, anything big going on at school today?
No.
Okay. Do you need a ride to school?
No.
Want some coffee? Amanda pulls the toaster level up and takes her still freezer-burned waffle out before it's finished cooking.
I have to go.
Amanda picks up her bag and storms out. Oh, okay. I haven't seen her act like this in a long time. It's usually short-lived, but it always hurts. Hopefully this blows over and things are back to normal soon. I sit back at the kitchen table and look at a picture of Amanda and I hanging on the wall. In it, I'm teaching her to ride a bike. Her face is a mixture of excitement and pure, unadulterated fear. I remember how determined she was. Every time she would fall off and scrape her knees, she would get back up and try it again. Finally, I had to stop her because she was bleeding everywhere. Then she started to cry because she didn't think she needed bandages and wanted to keep trying. As I put the bike away, she just stood in the middle of the street and screamed. Then I took her for ice cream and it was like nothing ever happened. After giving it a bit of thought, I decided that if I force her to talk about it, I'm only going to make things worse. But I have an idea. I start rummaging around for ingredients. I hear Amanda walk in the door. Instead of heading into the kitchen she usually does, she makes a beeline for her room. She's clearly trying to avoid me. Hey, Pumpkin?
What?
Can you come here for a sec? There's a moment of silence.
Yeah.
I wanted to say sorry about last night. I'm just worried about you, kiddo. I get scared when I know something's wrong, and I get even more scared when I feel like I can't do anything about it.
Dad,
So just, whatever it is, and you don't even have to tell me if you don't want to, but whatever it is, know that you have a dad in your corner who wants you to be happy. Honey, you know I'm bad with words, so I was hoping I could speak a language we both understand. I pull a cake out of the refrigerator and place it onto the table. Hopefully the frosting is set by now. Ta-da!
Dad?
It took me a really long time because I ran out of red frosting somewhere around sad and had to start over, and
This is beautiful.
it's strawberry. Mandy gives me a big ol' hug. I grab some plates and forks and serve up some delicious cake.
So, it's really stupid.
What is?
This whole thing. I know I've been really weird lately, and there's just... I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like I might have to make you a chart.
I'm listening. Do you want me to take notes?
I guess I should start from the top. So you know how Emma R is going to that fancy art school in California, right?
Emma R. The best friend one.
You got it! Wow, proud of you. Anyways, ever since she got the acceptance letter, I've been feeling like she's been drifting away, you know? And she's been spending a lot of time with Grace and Emma P. I just thought it was all in my head for a while, but then I found out that Rosie M, that both of the Emmas, Grace and Noah, all went to a party at Mackenzie F's on that same night. They all told me they were busy studying for the Calc AB final.
Yikes.
So, another important piece of information is, God, this is embarrassing. I have a crush on Noah, and, that's the thing.
What? Whoa. I had no idea. I definitely didn't know that. Okay.
You're a bad liar.
So are you.
I learned from the worst. Anyway, so the only person I told about the crush was Emma R, and she promised not to tell anybody. I didn't confront them about the party thing because I didn't want to start drama, so I just kept quiet and kept going about my business.
Amanda sighs.
And then one day, I invite everyone out to get nachos at the mall, and after not texting me back for like 2 hours, even though none of them ever put their phones down for more than 60 seconds, they all say they're busy, like simultaneously. So I tell them, never mind, I'll just go eat nachos at home, right? But we're out of chips, and I really, really wanted nachos.
Totally understandable.
So I go out to the mall anyway. So I go to the food court, and who do I see there but Grace, Emma P, Emma R, and Noah, all hanging out together and eating nachos without me.
What?
It gets better. I'm standing by the escalators watching them, and then I realize that Noah has his arm around Emma P, which is kind of weird, right? But then they kiss.
No.
Yes, I know. So I storm over, and I'm like, hey. And Grace drops the nacho onto her shirt because of course she does, and Emma R is just like glares at me.
Grace. Nothing comes up. I don't know who that is. Grace is the gossipy one.
I know! Grace is the one nobody really likes. I guess that's me now. But anyway, no one will say anything, and I'm just like, you guys suck, which I realize is not the most eloquent thing to say. I was very angry and really embarrassed. I just wanted to get out of there. So I left, without nachos, I might add, which only further contributed to this shitty day, and immediately dropped a super long text to the group chat asking them why they've been so weird. And I wrote another one to Emma R asking how long the Noah thing's been going on, and sorry, I know that's a lot. You still following?
What did Emma R say?
Oh, okay. Get a load of this. Emma R says, you know what, let me just read it to you.
Amanda pulls out a phone and reads word for word an arduously long string of text messages.
Can you believe that?
I can believe that. I care so much about Amanda's social life and mental well-being, but man, do I not understand what she's talking about. This is all beyond me, but I'm trying my hardest to be supportive.
They were dating in secret for like months. So I told her that she's been a really, really terrible friend, and she's like, well, if you think I'm so terrible, then just stop being my friend. And I was like, okay. And then she left me on read, and then...
Wait, left me on read? What's that?
Oh, like, she saw my message and didn't reply, and I know because there are read receipts.
I don't know what read receipts are, but I'm gonna nod and pretend I understand. Gotcha.
So while all this is happening, I'm talking to Emma P about how mad I am because she's at least being kind of reasonable, and I'm venting to her about how pissed I am about everybody and stuff. And then out of nowhere, Noah texts me and is like, how could you say that about me? And I'm like, say what about you? And he tells me that Emma P sent screenshots of everything I told her to the group chat that I got kicked out of.
All right, I think you lost me at screenshots, but that definitely sounds bad.
There's so much more, but honestly, it's all just really stupid teenager stuff. The bottom line is that everybody dropped me, half my grade hates me, and now I have no friends.
Amanda, I'm so sorry.
I almost expected it from everybody else, but MR's been there since Dad died. I can't believe she would just stab me in the back like that. I'm not even that mad that she's dating Noah. I'm just upset that she lied to me for so long about it.
Amanda stabs at the remnants of her cake.
Okay, I take it back. I'm kind of mad she's dating Noah. Like, what did I do wrong? Why did everyone just suddenly decide I'm not cool anymore? Why wasn't I enough? I don't understand. And as mad as I am at everybody, like, I miss them, Dad.
Amanda looks so dejected, I almost can't take it. What could I possibly say to help?
Anyways, that's it. That's a whole sordid tale. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more hot gossip.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty dumb.
It's not dumb.
No, it's a stupid thing to be upset over.
Amanda, your feelings are real. Don't ever be mad at yourself for having feelings.
I guess.
Unless you're secretly being a robot who's been approximating human feelings this whole time.
Dad, if I was a robot, I would have transformed into a monster truck a long, long time ago.
Seriously. I know you probably don't want advice, but I feel like it's my duty as a dad to bestow upon you a few nuggets of fatherly wisdom. When you get older, You start realizing the sort of people you want to associate yourself with. Do you really want to surround yourself with people who would do something like that to their friend? It takes a lot of work to find and maintain meaningful friendships. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, and I wish I'd learned it sooner. If the other person isn't putting in the effort to show you how much they care, it's not worth it. You are not beholden to being their friend. Ultimately, I think this says way more about their character than it does about yours, because you're amazing. And if they can't see that, well, that's their problem.
I'll keep that in mind.
I look down at the table. Did we just eat that whole cake?
Yes, we did just eat that whole cake.
Well, good talk. Amanda gets up to go to her room. Before she closes her door, she turns around.
Hey, Pops.
Yes?
Thank you.
You are always
I love
welcome.
you too, Dad.
I love you too, Dad.
Cries because daughter. Dad to 92. You're never too busy. Important to be kind to others. Okay, so we are going to end that episode here. We had extra long. There's a message from Craig. Okay, we're going to end this episode here, and then we will continue on. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one. Bye-bye.